know if any of you saw this. I tried to support this guy. I have always been a little deer in the headlights because the first political video I watched of him, I really liked. I liked his viewpoints. I liked his perspective. But then it said click on the next video. And the next video I saw, he was laying on a bed with a woman on top of him that was almost naked and he was grabbing her ass. So that was very conflicting for me, and I was like, I don't know about this. I just don't know about this. Then as I've watched him through the months, I want to say, okay, I like that you're conservative. I like that you live a very simple lifestyle. I like that you are pro 2A. I like that you know what it is to actually do a day's work. At the same time, when he gets upset with people, it's the same recipe for disaster. It's the he either has to dress down or dress up, depending on the occasion. And then he has to jet his chin out and go, and then he has to do his suave looks to the camera to get those female viewers back in. And then he demeans whoever he has a disagreement with. And I really don't like that because we're going to have disagreements. We're not going to meet people in life that we agree with 100% on anything. So we have to be able to talk and communicate when we're upset with somebody. But all he does is try to tear them apart, demean them, and say really nasty things. So I've been on the fence with this guy for many, many months. I wanted to support him because he seems like somebody that if I met, I would not mind like having a conversation with. But at the same time, I don't want to be on his radar as someone he doesn't like because I've seen the way he treats people he doesn't like. And he's very arrogant, mean-hearted, mean-spirited. And so that has been it's been conflicting within me for many, many months. And I'm not going to lie. I've had a problem. That's why I don't really talk about this guy a lot, if I have ever to you all. Because I've been seeing red flags in behavior and the way he kind of ostracizes himself and puts himself on this little island and everyone else must view him on his island. It puts a bad taste in my mouth as if he thinks he is above everyone else. So butter my butt and call me biscuit when I saw this and thought, oh, true colors, you. So what it basically boils down to is Ryan apparently liked his videos, reached out, spoke to him, which is great. Ryan had the time to reach out and talk to you, got to spend time with him. He was apparently very accommodating and paid your way on the trip because he invited you, therefore he paid your way. That normally if you invite somebody along, you pay their way. It's just being a good person. And this guy apparently had done some music in his past, and I think he's released a song or two. Not your forte, I might add, not your forte. But apparently Ryan was like, well, if you do music and do this, why don't you think about doing this? You could do a whole lot with this, and this, and, I could help you. And we got all excited, and, and that's great that Ryan met you and got excited about something you may be possibly able to do. You might have a skill or a talent set for. That's great. But then a few months later, when he actually got ready to do what he was supposed to do and he started calling in favors, nobody wanted to do it because apparently he had dropped a bunch of money with someone to cut a record, but then he couldn't get anybody to help him cut the record. But I thought if you cut the record, that Y-O-U would you cut the record. And so it needs to be your creative endeavor. It needs to be your expression, your words, your record. But he's mad at Ryan because Ryan didn't drop everything, and come help him cut his record. And now he's mad because he spent $4,000, I guess, in a management deal with somebody, but he can't get anyone to help him cut the record. I mean, if you met Ryan, he got you all pumped and excited about something you may have the talent to do. If you made an adult decision to drop money and pursue that, that is your decision. Your decision. Now, did you pay Holler Boy Records? Then you might have a real beef. But if you didn't, then you need to go to whoever you paid and be like, I want to cut this record, but I need more help than I said I did. I was all jazzed and pumped and made the decision based on an endorphin rush. I should have calmed down and thought about it for a few days and thought, do I really have all the skills necessary to do this? Because I don't think I do. I think I'm going to need more help. And the terribly famous, busy in his own world, taking care of his own family, friend that I had several months ago is not willing to drop everything and come to me. I don't think I can do this on my own. So I'm going to go online and I'm going to demean him and ask for my money back because he talked me into this shit. Well, I've been talking a bunch of crap. Tupperware sales, Avon sales, MLMs out the wazoo, face wraps, you name it, I've been talked into it. Because I don't like to tell people no. I feel sorry for people that have endeavors that I know are going to fail. And then I go, sure, I'll buy this from you. Sure, I'll do this for you. It sucks, doesn't it? Because then it leaves you holding the bag. Because you made an adult decision you have to deal with. Boy, I had to deal with a lot of them too. But I never went running back and going, I'm going to go on the internet and say wordy dirts about you until you give me my money back for talking me into doing something that I as an adult should have full known well it was going to be my responsibility. I'm sorry, but all I have watched is this man parade on YouTube around saying he's got the biggest power in the galaxy. And he's upset because a grown man with his own life, his own career, and his own fame, and his own family, and his own concerns did not drop everything and run to help him. I don't think I have anyone that would drop everything and run to help me because I expect my friends to be committed to their own little world and their own little existence, and I should not be priority number one. Priority number one should be self. So I don't know what he's really upset about, but then he goes to point on, well, he asked Brian to box, get in an octagon. I'm sorry. That's degrading. This is just degrading. But then he goes on, and he starts trying to tear Ryan down. And he starts saying, oh, and the person he just had on his album is a big BLM supporter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you not think all of us don't know that that boozy dude did not say some very questionable things? And do you know what I thought when I listened to that album? I thought, Ryan reached out and had a dialogue with someone that 8 months ago I would not have thought would have had a dialogue with a country boy. Ryan crossed the line and brought someone over to his team to work with them, to build a rapport with them. Someone that I never thought I would see on a country or country rap, I hate that word, album. I thought that was a pretty big deal because if we can start to communicate, we can start to resolve lots of things. Oh no. But this young man would rather not communicate and would rather you have hostile emotions and feelings toward everyone and sit on those hostile emotional feelings and hate everybody. Because that benefits the world in so many ways. I get so tired of people that are given these platforms and they do absolute shite with them. Like, I mean, you're making good videos. People are watching you. Women think you're pretty. They're going to come back and watch your videos because, most people are vapid that way. But what I'm concerned about is that you have the ability to mold young minds, and you just got on the internet and told everybody that as an adult, you can't sit down, think something through, and make a conscious adult decision that you can stand by, and then suffer the repercussions if you can't hack it. You're going to blame it on someone else. You're going to make it somebody else's problem. Gee, isn't that just like the ideologies you've been berating for the last 2.5 years? Aren't those tactics used by those that you find uncouth and unbecoming to society? But it's okay for you to exhibit those behaviors. It's okay for you to go and try to break down anyone. For anything, basically. Just wait. Let me go back 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I'll find the dirt. I'm going to tell you the dirt. Listen, we all don't climb up somebody's butt when an opportunity arises to have a conversation, to create a dialogue, to create a working rapport, to maybe start to break the societal bounds that have held us for so long. And I'm sorry that you find it so taxing and unbecoming that two people from two separate worlds could come together and work on an album together. And I'm also sorry that you find adulthood so demeaning that you think everyone should give you back every penny that you've spent that you didn't think really went your way. Buddy, I'd have a bank account if that were so. But this is not the way to handle this. At all. We have two young men that could be really, really, really prominent leaders in our little political area and our little genre of living. But they're too busy measuring their dicks to do anything productive. The internet could be such a positive thing. And as far as saying things in the past, I see things in their past that I don't like. Well, I clicked on one of your try this video next, and you were laying on your back in a bed with a half-naked woman on you grabbing her butt. So I'm just saying, we've all apparently made mistakes. But this is a huge red flag for me. This is a huge red flag of where do I want to put my time. Because while Ryan obviously told you, hey, you're not going to talk to me like that, and if you can't have a decent conversation, then you can either apologize or just not talk to me. That's called a boundary. That's healthy. But for you to then go all mean girls and dress up and drama, flames, sunglasses, it's getting a bit old. It's getting a bit repetitive. It's getting a bit robotic. And now I understand what was bothering me about you. It is that you take the same attack against anyone who is microscopically different than you. And that is not what I'm going for as I'm trying to establish a more conservative group of people around me. Yes, I want people that think, and I want people that get, like, don't always approve of certain behaviors that I see liberals on the left take. But I also don't want to be part of a group that has such a hate complex that when someone is different or someone tries to breach a gap and build a dialogue, that the first thing that you want to do is go like hate monger, dig up the past for 12 years. Those are tactics of the left, and I don't like to see them brought into a conservative space. And I thought that's what this was. But I'm not sure anymore. And that concerns me even more. Because now I'm wondering if I even have gotten to know this man at all the months that I've watched him. Because when he's mad, his behavior seems to be a little different than when he thinks he's on the winning team. That's a red flag. And I'm concerned that as a grown adult, you would say that any decision you have made as a grown adult is somebody else's responsibility. I don't care if a snake oil salesman sold you baby oil and you paid 10 grand for it. If you made the error in judgment to do that because you had a belief in yourself on that day that apparently didn't come to fruition later, it's your problem. It's not anybody else's. And as much as I do not like the things that you posted about this boozy dude, one thing I really did like is that Ryan said, hey, you know something? When it comes to musicality and it comes to putting my money where my mouth is, I'm going to show that I can love any individual, and I can bring any music individual into my record and appropriately work with him as an adult and an artist. So yeah, I know I'm not somebody that was like is going to champion boozy. No, not at all. But I am very impressed that Ryan would say, hey, bud, let's talk. Let's see if we can find a common ground where we can have a work relationship and make some music. Does it mean that Ryan buys into everything about Boozy? Absolutely not. Does it mean that Ryan is standing up for everything Boozy has said, done, thought? No, that's not physically possible. So while you're trying to bring the accountability on Ryan, and you're trying to make people feel sorry for you, and you're trying to say that you were taken advantage of, what it boils down to is you got to rub elbows with someone that has got a hellaciously appealing sense of excitement when it comes to music in the music industry, when he thinks people that really feel a belief in themselves that they want to do music, they can do this. You got to rub elbows with someone that made you believe in yourself so much that you went out and bought a music deal. And then when you landed back in orbit and realized, yeah, I should have brought up my concerns earlier. I don't think I can do that. You should have said, hey, you know something? I did not make a good adult decision. I did not think that one through. I did not take the appropriate time. I jumped in on the endorphin ride, which we all know Ryan is a huge adrenaline junkie. He will absolutely talk and get you amped up and get you excited. That's why we love him. He makes us feel like there's options and choices and possibilities in the world. And when you landed back in Texas and had to stare at yourself and realize, I probably can't do this, instead of holding yourself accountable, you want to blame it on everyone else. And then you went to trash everyone else. Then you wanted to dig up years and years and years and years and years of dirt and sayings and just random crap that no, not everybody's going to know. We all don't do FBI deep dives on people. I'm sorry, it's not plausible. It's not possible. And I have to say that while you want to demean Ryan, I am very proud that he always tries to bring someone out of his comfort area, and out of his, circle in to work with. I like that about him. Do I like always who he brings in? No. Am I going to champion it and brag on Boozy? Absolutely not. But I like that he creates communication and dialogue and puts his money where his mouth is, and he actually does work with people. He has started so many careers. He has helped so many people. And I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. I'm sorry that this one endeavor, when all this other shit has gone really well for you, by the way, focused on the negatives, aren't you there, bud? All this other crap has gone really well for you, and you're so hyper fixed on the negative. Why? And I've noticed you do that a lot, and it really brings down the momentum of your videos. It really cripples the momentum of your message, and it really makes people like me concerned as if I even need to be spending my time on you. Ryan has real issues sometimes, and he has real issues with real people. I mean, what we saw out of that gobble guy was horrible, atrocious. There are people in the world that, bless their hearts, cannot communicate effectively. And now I think I may have found another, and it concerns me. Because Sarah, as an adult, as a grown-ass woman, as somebody that has put some money in places I shouldn't have, because my belief in myself has been a bit much on certain days. You made a bad adult decision. Any endeavor you take that is yours, you should not blame on other people. You should not choose to do anything in life that's going to rely on the aid of another. Business deals and ventures that you are responsible for, you need to make sure that you can handle, or you shouldn't put your money there. And I'm sorry if you feel duped, but it's just part of growing up and learning how the world works. And I can understand if you brought this tone to Ryan on the phone why he doesn't want to speak with you. But he gave you the freedom to do what you needed to do, bro. He didn't come on here and try to bash you and turn you 10 ways to Sunday and bait you into a boxing ring. I don't get the physical crap, guys. It's so stupid. He gave you the ability to express yourself. And you did so, however ineffectively I might have found it. I just want to let you know that you're at a place in your career where you're starting to lose context. You're starting to lose perspective. You're starting to forget that not everything you say is golden. Not every belief you have is the belief, and not every way of thinking has to be yours. You're starting to get a little bit arrogant and a little bit self-centered, and I've noticed that just as a random person in the world that watches. And I'm very concerned because I think you may have crippled your entire platform right now. And I just want to say that I expect more of grown men, especially grown men that put themselves in positions of leadership over people in their area or people in their demographic. So, just think about these things. Think about these things, because nothing you said down here in this video, which I'm not even going to give any more time to, I'm not even going to play it. It's just stupid. If you want to go watch it, go watch it. You'll end up laughing like I did. Am I thrilled about Ryan's choice to be on his record? No. Am I a fan of the man? No. But was it my decision? No. And while I have to look at it, I have to say kudos to the boy for reaching out and bringing some diversity, putting his money where his mouth is, and working with people. And doing what he says he does, takes people on an individual basis. Do I have way more questions about Boozy now? Yeah. But like I said, I don't do an FBI deep dive on people that I don't particularly care for. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. But at the same time, if I were to probably go and take apart some of the people that you have spent your life with, I would probably find similar issues. So I just think this was all not necessary. I think it's all meant for drama. It's probably meant for clicks. It's probably meant to just try to drag Ron, who's in a very good place mentally, emotionally, physically right now. I don't think he really cares. But I have to say that for me, now I understand the red flags I have felt as a viewer of this channel for a long time now. And being a retired parole officer and a retired counselor, when I have a gut feeling about something, I normally sit back and wait. And I've sat back and waited, and I've watched. And I'm seeing repeated behaviors that concern me. Repeated arrogance that concerns me. Repeated, the digs, the nastiness, the resorting to drama, talking about their clothes. You just take it to so many unnecessary places. If you're going to have an adult issue with someone, have an adult issue. And stop trying to get them in a boxing ring. Stop trying to talk about their clothes. Stop with these little stupid mean girl digs. Have an issue. Talk about it. And stop with this drama. Because it's rather irritating. And y'all, make your own minds up about stuff. I have to weigh out the positive and the negative. And no, I'm probably not going to listen to the boozy songs very much on Ryan's record. I'm not. Because I enjoy Ryan's voice and Ryan's lyrics. I don't enjoy other people's lyrics. So that's why I listen to Ryan's music. Am I going to agree with everything the boy does? No. Am I going to like all his business decisions? No. That's why it has that pronoun his in front of that, his business decisions. And I'm sorry, but I think that perhaps you need to sit down and look at your world and your belief in yourself and make sure that you put a plan in action for the next time somebody really makes you excited about a possible venture in life. Because if you get mad at the people that hype you up and make you think things are possible, you're going to be in a very sad spot with people that are not inspirational. And I don't know what would be worse. But I would think it would be being void of having friends that had a belief strong enough for me to think that I could conquer anything I set my mind to. Obviously, you've made your mind up that you can't conquer this. And you want your money back and you want to create an issue about it. Good luck, Bubba. But just as someone that watches videos and tries to understand and compost what I'm seeing, body language, word choice, behavior, mode of channeling, your emotions, I'm concerned. That's all I'm going to say.